My father died 5 months ago at the Whittington Hospital in Archway, London. He'd had a fall, broken a hip, had an operation, recovered and been discharged. Then he had another fall and had to be readmitted, and it turned out he'd had a silent heart attack. He was 90. He had for some time suffered from chronic kidney disease. So a medley of misfortunes, including, towards the end, dementia. He had an intermittent belief he was back in the war and that there was a soldier in the bed next to him. He was determined to know the soldier's name. I helplessly selected Jim, which seemed to pacify Dad. But of course, there was no bed and no soldier other than Dad himself, gallantly fighting on. For when it was clear he was dying, the Whittington found him a room to himself. And that was just the first of the blessings of being in that hospital during Dad's final 3 weeks. The care was, in every way, exemplary. The staff were happy to waive visiting hours without question. We were able to come and go as we pleased and sit up all night with Dad if that was what we wanted to do. The number of visitors at any one time was left to our discretion. My sister and I were bowled over by one nurse in particular and the compassionate intelligence with which she grasped the emotional picture. Sam Hunt talked to Dad with warmth, respect, and gentle humour. She tried to find out how he was feeling. At one point, he admitted that he was frightened, and she listened, smiled, and reassured. And she reassured us, too. She made us believe in the goodness of which people are capable. The doctor, Dr. Mitchell, was outstanding, too, a model of intelligence, sympathy, and tact. She was exceptionally clear in her information, impressive in particular in telling us what she was not sure of, as well as informing us about whatever she knew. Towards the end of his life, Dad had given us instructions about not prolonging his life unnecessarily. We had power of attorney. The staff listened to us, but as Dad became less and less able to speak, Dr. Mitchell never neglected to address him first. Mr. Kellaway, I'm just talking to your daughters about how we can try to make you more comfortable. The palliative care team was first-rate, educating us in the art or science of dying comfortably. And when Dad gently breathed his last, it seemed to me that it resembled what a friend of mine once described as pushing your boat out. I was with him, and when he was gone, it was the nurse and doctor I embraced. They had retained the necessary professional distance, and yet had allowed us to feel, if only for a moment, that they were almost family.